Red Star may have won the league, but we've got a perfect opportunity here to get revenge, to beat them in a semi-final of the Cup, and to keep our chances alive of finishing this season with a trophy. Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Gravediggers. So, obviously, after I last saw you, we got knocked out of the Champions League, missing out on goal difference through Fiorentina scoring in the 93rd minute against Dortmund. Since then, we've done okay. We did change tactic. We went to a 4-3-3. It looks a bit like this. This was a CM on support, but I've changed it to a CM on attack just to see if we can get a little bit more support up around with the forwards. Don't worry, this isn't the typical starting lineup that we've been using. But yeah, that's kind of, just for a reference, that's kind of what it looks like. Fairly simple. Just sort of trying to see if the reason why we'd had a little bit of malaise around here and why we'd sort of maybe struggled a little bit in the league compared to like Red Star. I mean, then again, I say that, but you know, they're going a pretty decent run here. Yeah, I just wanted to create a new tactic and get the players used to it to try and help familiarity, so we had something that we could revert back to. As you can see, we started out quite well. We then lost to Futurizzi Stankom again, 2-1. And it's really these sort of games which have cost us, drawing with Vojvodina, losing to Red Star 1-0, who incidentally lost their manager. And that was in the league phase, wasn't it? Yeah, they lost their manager. He went to Middlesbrough. And I think that means that every time we played... Oh no, we drew 0-0 here. So this is when he left, and we'd absolutely dominated this game. And that would have been a massive one for us to try and win. Since they've changed the manager of Red Star, they have been a little bit hit and miss. After this 1-0, their manager was throwing so much shade at us, so to get a win here today would be massive. But ultimately, the problem's been these defeats. We've lost 6 games. Last season, we didn't lose a game until like the 28th match or something like that. You know, we only lost 2 games all season last season. And I do think not having a striker regularly firing goals in. Obviously, we realised that Ratkov early on this season was very hit and miss. I mean, we knew that last season, but at least he was still putting the goals away. And then obviously it turns out he wanted to leave. You know what? I didn't feel like that would be an issue with Esposito, whose strike rate last season was so much more impressive. He got 9 goals in 5 starts, 18 sub appearances. This season, he's got 10 goals in 32 appearances. So in 23 games last season, he scored 1 goal less. And yeah, this season, he's just really not been at it. So I'm hoping that's going to change. The other player who obviously we signed was Nikisha Delabasic, who's been moaning that we're not playing him as a complete forward. So we have started doing that, but he's yet to really sort of replicate his over one goal sort of in under 2 games. He has been played as an inside forward sometimes, so even when we played him through the middle, he's still not been very good. He's been a bit wasteful. The one ray of light we have is that Ristic, who was joining in the summer from Vojvodina, has been inspired form. He's got something like 30 goals for the season, I think. Yeah, I've thought I'd try the TCS skin, but I'm having exactly the same problems as I did with it on 21, where it's very slow. I just click transfers and it's really slow. I've just gone back to Tato for now. Yeah, so Filip Ristic is joining us in the summer, and as you can see, 32 goals in 50 games. They were playing in the Conference League, and he's done really well. So he's joining us in the summer for 1.8 mil, I think something like that, 1.8 mil or something. Let's see, what does it say? No, it doesn't say. But yeah, he's joining us in the summer, so I'm hopeful he's going to be 1.8 mil, 3.7 in installments. Yeah, we tried to steal a load of youth intake players, but they weren't interested. Just to give them a trial to begin with. Yeah, so he's joining in the summer, so I'm hopeful he's going to solve that, because we've really struggled, you know, to not have a striker on more than 10 goals is pretty shocking. Jovic is, you know, on paper had a good season, but he's not scored. He scored 2 goals since Christmas. Like, he scored 12 goals before the winter break, and he scored 2 since then. So he's really gone off the boil. Onyekuru, however, has had a really good breakout season for us with 10 goals and 2 assists. Topic is wanted by West Ham. Onyekuru is wanted by Leeds. Milanovic wants to leave because he was going to explore his options, so I'm trying to sell him. Belic is wanted by Sociedad, and Bargi is wanted by a few clubs. Medina is leaving. He is going to Atletico Tucumán for, I think it's like 3.8 mil up front, but then 4 mil up front and then 7 mil in total. So we're basically doubling what we paid for him. Lager Bielka is wanted by Copenhagen, and I would be open to letting him go back. He's been okay, but he's, as you can see, looking at his recent form, he's not been outstanding. Monome, I really want to keep hold of. And otherwise, I think Stepanovic is wanted as well by Almeria. So I think part of the problem I've been sort of trying to work out, why have we struggled this season? And I do think that this, ultimately, I think I tried to overhaul the squad too quickly. I think I saw, right, we've got money, we can sell some players. Let's try and really buff the squad up and really hammer the quality. And I think it's just disrupted the squad too much, personally. Can't be helped, but we've got the players in now. So barring any massive movements on like the likes of Bargi and that, I don't foresee us spending large sums of money on a few players. It'll probably be like 1 or 2 big signings, or maybe not even big signings. We'll just keep some money back. We have got someone joining us as well. Actually, remembered. Where is he? I'll try and find him amongst all these rejected trial offers. Obviously, Louis Barry is joining, and gosh, I offered a lot. Oh yeah, Lomolino de Araujo is joining. We activated his clause as part of his loan deal. Filip Kostic, that was it. Filip Kostic is joining us on a free signing from Juventus. So he's basically going to come in and play at left back / left wing back. He's going to be an attacking back, basically. So I'm really happy with that. He's 33, but he still, I think, can do a really, really good job for us. So I'm really, really happy with him. And then the other guy we're signing, oh my word, where is he? This guy, Vucevic from Radnic Sedelica, Serbian national, basically just someone who can sit in that DM role. He's only 19, so I'm really, really happy that he's coming in. Don't get me wrong, he's only got 4-star potential, but I think he's still good enough to come in and be a rotation option for us, and he doesn't compromise that foreign player status that we've been struggling with a little bit at times this season. So for this game against Red Star, where it'd be great if we could really get a result over them, and like I said, it puts us into the final of the cup. I think that would really give us a little bit of a shining light after what's been a little bit of a disappointing season, to be honest with you. So it's going to go with Andrew in goal, Rugan, Monome, Gaspar, Jokic, Belic, Onyekuru, Alexic, Jovic, Bargi, and Esposito. Going to give Esposito the run. He scored a few goals in the last, 3 goals in his last 2 games or something, I think. Let's see, where's his form? Yeah, 3 goals in his last 2 games. He didn't play against Radnički. I deliberately rotated that team to keep everyone fresh for this Red Star match. So we're going to go with that today, and hopefully there's enough in them to do that. We still got Lukic on the bench, who can just come in and just add some quality in that midfield. But we're going to go with the youngsters, Onyekuru and Alexic, to give us some flair in the attacking threat. And Topic is just not quite ready to play the full 90 after he's just coming back from an injury. So we're going with Belic in there, and Stepanovic is suspended, which is why he's not playing. But I mean, we'll see. You'll see what I mean. Red Star have been a little bit shaky, because you'll see what their form's been like recently. 4 wins. I could have sworn there'd been another draw in there somewhere. Yeah, they just... Oh, no, I think it's because there's been a couple of times where they've been, losing in games and then come back. But yeah, so it really, really imperative for me that we win this. For so many reasons. We're not beating Red Star all season. We had 2 1-0 defeats and a draw. And obviously their manager was chatting rubbish about us last time, so it'd be lovely to get one over them. And like I said, it'll put us in the cup final. We've not gotten to that stage yet. Decent play. Yeah, we've not won that trophy since we've been here, so it'd be lovely if we could get it done this season. After, like I said, a little bit of disappointment with the Champions League and obviously in the league. We won the league last season and then we've not been able to retain it. See that out all day. Might put it on a key highlights if that's okay with everyone. Just because we've potentially got 2 games to do today, and with the cup final if we can get there. I'm probably not going to worry about showing the league too much because it's a meaningless game. We've just got 1 game left against Lados Luciani. Scores. I want to see who we're playing. Jealous Nietzsche have done really well. They've got one of our youngsters on loan, Vucic, who I'm hopeful can come in and do a job for us next season off the bench. And Jokic feeds Esposito with bullets to header in. And I've been thinking all season, I've not seen enough header goals from this team. Like, I feel like, I miss seeing like a good header just pinging in. Like, we've not scored enough corners, we've not scored enough crosses, but Esposito makes no mistake there and fires us into the lead. And that's what we've been needing, just a striker just to regularly perform, and that takes him on to 4 goals in his last 3 now. Like, it was frustrating because last season he was in such good form. Like, I'm going to take him off sent off. I've just been enjoying having a pressing forward. I find it generally tends to work better for me with the systems I tend to use with a 4-2-3 rather than an advanced forward. Block. I find sometimes advanced forwards do get a little bit isolated, trying to play off the last man, especially if you're not playing like a route 1 or full-on counter-attack football. But the pressing forward it's like a good halfway in between. But deep line forwards for me, I just struggle with them. Second half is underway. And can we just see this out, everyone? We will start maybe using some dark arts if it's getting... That's terrible defending. It's like Everton yesterday. So I'm recording this on the Sunday after Everton just lost to Southampton on the Saturday. Literally straight from kickoff. Keep it tight. Let's get it done. Defensive mishap. Goal. Right, let's make some subs. Esposito's gone with the free kick. It looks like it's hit. It went out. See it. Jovic deserved his yellow card. Struggling a bit. Bargy struggling a bit. That's fine because Johansson has done a really good job on the inside forward role since the break. Since the winter break, Alexic not having a good game, so Lukic will come in, and we'll leave Esposito on because he is having a good game. I am half tempted to. Maybe I will just try swapping him into deep line forward. I just don't like it. I don't know. I just not had a great experience with it. But maybe it's just I've had a couple of unsuccessful outings with it, and I've just decided I just can't use it. But maybe I've just been a bit naive, not giving it enough of a chance. Oh, Jokic wins it. What can he do? He's fouled cynically by Bukhari, and that should have been a yellow card. Jovic with the free kick, floats it in. It's a penalty. We've been given a penalty. Now Jovic, obviously he's missed a couple of penalties lately, but he smashes this one in. Smashes it in. It was his free kick which led to the penalty, and he's absolutely hammered that one in top bins. Usually he places them along the floor, but he's just gone for power there. Lovely penalty. And I am going to start... No, we'll keep think I might keep passing to space on, actually. We'll regroup when we lose the ball. So yeah, it's kind of like this tactic basically that I've come up with is, you know, a little bit less possession heavy than what we've been using previously. I mean, as you can see, we've had 32% in this game. You know, in previous games, you'd probably had like 65 by now, 65% possession. And it's sort of is a bit of a quick transitional tactic in some ways. So that and that is why this game, this iteration of this game is so broken, and that's why people are complaining about it because of that. Because of that. Exactly because of that. Honestly, what is that? Now it'll go straight to pens, unless Esposito can smash this in. He can't. Now it'll go to penalties. Honestly, this is what, you know, people are like, oh, why, you know, on Twitter, why are you doing surveys? Why are you moaning about this game? Because of stuff like that. That's so, I'm sorry, but that would never happen in a game. I know people say, oh, it's realistic, it does happen. Honestly, you're telling me that Andrew wouldn't see that he was there and would try and make that pass. He wouldn't. No keeper would do that. Like, it happens far too much in Football Manager for it to be realistic. And if we end up not going through, I'm going to be fuming because that was just a joke. Had a nice, easy situation at the back of the fence, and the keeper. I am livid. I'm absolutely livid. Oh, that was an easy save. But we've now got a score to keep us in it. Who's it going to be? Belic. And then we've still got to hope that they miss their last penalty. Belic, come on, mate. Smashes it in. Honestly, I'm sick. I feel sick after that. So disgusted. Absolute joke. Right, everyone, I am going to finish this season there. Feels like it's been a little bit of a shorter season, this one. I think I've only done like 4 episodes maybe for it. It's not been intentional, it's just the way it's gone. I've got 1 game left this season, and like I said, that's against Mladost Luciani. It's a bit of a meaningless game, so I'm probably going to rotate quite a bit. And honestly, I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming over that. Absolutely ridiculous. And you know what's annoying is that I still can't get Football Manager 22 to work, otherwise I would literally just be doing the Pentagon Challenge. So yeah, I'm going to go away. I'm going to hammer the the summer, and sort out the squad. Get just a few handfuls of quality players in. Like, I say a few handfuls, literally a few picks. Just find some quality players. And if needs be, I won't even spend. I'll literally just keep the money back. We did have our youth intake. We got 1 good player. And I say good player, he's 4-star. He's down as a Segundo Volante. Obviously, that was the tactic that we were playing a lot of the time. So he's obviously been developed in line with that. I'm not convinced enough by him at this stage. The head of youth development contract is expiring at the end of the summer, and I will probably replace him. just to see if we can get someone else in. Someone who's got a little bit better working with youngsters and can hopefully have a bit of a better reputation and bring in some better players for us through the ranks, because obviously there's so much to sort of build on with that for us. We've promoted a few younger players. We bought this guy in, Shivovich. I can't remember who from now. Makba. Match for Shabak. So he's hopefully going to see some action next season. Haris Sulic, 17-year-old defender. He'll hopefully see a bit of action if we can work on his physicals. And same with Strahinja Markovic. Again, just needs some work on his physicals. We have got some other good, exciting players from last year's intake. Where is he? Oh, what was his name? It wasn't Petkovic. It was another fullback, and it wasn't him. Where is he? It was Balatovic, who looks like he could be quite decent. Maybe it was him. It might have been Balatovic, actually. And this is the guy who's been out on loan at Zelis Nietzsche, and he's been playing quite a lot. So he's only 18, so I'm going to probably look to use him next season. Maybe in that DM role that he's there, or maybe, you know, sort of slightly higher up. But he can equally play in defence if needed. But he's not got enough strength on his tackling for me. I have been trying to work on his tackling. But obviously he's been out on loan this season. He's had quite a productive season in the first division. 3 goals, 3 assists. They're in with a chance of still getting into the playoffs, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, very disappointing end to the season there, everyone. I was really hopeful we get to the cup final, get the win over who would have been Kucheritsky in the end. Wasn't meant to be. Thanks, Football Manager. Right, everyone. I'm going to love you and leave you. Bye.